It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag Utah Jazz.
Nurkic inbounding. Nurkic holding. Jazz run around. Keontae has it. Baseline, fadeaway, air ball. And we're going to overtime. Giddey gets the ball to White in the backcourt. Rolls off a Vooch pick to his right. Tax Marketing to the rack. Finger roll layup good with 0.2 seconds left. And Jazz need to inbound. Marketing gets a shot off. They'll rule it no shot. And we get double overtime. Keontae inbounding. It's immediately to Collier. Uncontested. Marketing sets a pick. Collier veers to his right. 4 seconds. Hands to Key. 3. Good! Keontae George with 0.8 seconds left. Keontae George with a kill shot.
Highlights as the Utah Jazz beat the Chicago Bulls in double overtime, 150-147. Started playing a little better defense there in the second half, PK, after giving up 7 in the first half, and they climbed back in that one. Marketing game-high 47. Keontae George, 33 points. He did do it on 30 shots. And they get the victory. And I'm sure some fans are very excited by that, and some are distraught over that. But that's just going to be the story all year.
Distraught?
Distraught. They're going to lose that shot at getting A.J. DeBonsa and the top draft pick, and they might have to send it to Oklahoma City. And they've got the 20th or 21st best record in the NBA right now.
Well, if it comes at the expense of winning, isn't that good? Depends
on the fan you talk to. The problem and the risk is getting stuck in the middle without stars. Good players playing hard, but none of the elite
guys
talent.
Short 44 and that's minutes. 33 and 47.
Yeah.
And Mike Smith telling me that Lowry Marketing is the most unique 7-footer in the league. Mike, I love you. You got a little caught up there. I'd go with Wembanyama. But I love the enthusiasm. I love the energy. It's fun. It's
Joker?
supposed to be fun.
Joker? He's pretty unique.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting into very unique. Like, well, if you're unique, you're unique.
But, I mean, Marketing, every time he plays in the Euro, he plays really well in the regular season. He's an all-star. We're talking all-stars already. We ain't even got the Turkey Day.
It does seem a little early.
Isn't that fun, though? Isn't it better than
I think the way he's,
a dead arena doing nothing?
The way he's scoring it, I get the argument.
Well, that's
certainly.
his job.
Yeah, it is. And now with Kessler off the floor, maybe there's a little more space inside. I mean, he was cutting to the hoop, getting layups and dunks. I thought you'd be applauding that. Easy buckets.
I was standing up. Oh, I was there. It's the best game of my life.
Not nonstop threes.
Half of them were. 17 and 33 shot attempts. But that's the game today. I've long since accepted it. And Keontae hitting the big three, and he was 2 for 10 at that. No problem. I got stones. And if you don't like it, tough. And referees, man, I felt like it was the 90s, man. You got Will Hardy swearing on television.
He was. He did.
The big combo?
That was bleeping what bleep? I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? Oh, he can repeat that. It was bleeping what bleep?
Even you, an expert lip reader, we didn't need it because I have ears.
You can literally hear it.
Yeah. I turned to my family.
Mopping up sweat.
I turned to my family on a Sunday night and I said, I apologize. You shouldn't have to hear that on this day. That's another reason why they should never play Sunday home games.
Bleeping
profanity
what?
In my living room.
There it was.
In my living room where my children play with their toys.
Wait, someone just left the Jazz and went to the Godfather. Jazz pick up win number 5. Onward and upward.
They didn't get that till March last year.
I heard that. They hit the road now. Got the Lakers tomorrow night. Lakers top 4 in the West, off to a fast start of their own. Will LeBron be back? Well, we get 2 days to talk about that. DJ PK.
Hashtag NBA.
An independent law firm hired by the NBA has requested records from individuals and teams, including the Lakers, as part of a league investigation into illegal gambling allegations laid out in a federal indictment that resulted in the arrest of Terry Rozier and Damon Jones. Laker assistant trainer Mike Mancias and executive administrator Randy Mims are among approximately a dozen team employees who've been contacted and cooperating with the investigation with their links to LeBron James.
Not Randy Mims, no!
Yes.
I think it's several teams. I don't know why we're specifically highlighting the Lakers, I guess because of LeBron.
And the Lakers, right?
Well, if it was without LeBron, it wouldn't matter as much. But we'll see. I'd say get him out. If whoever did it, I'm not saying Randy Mims did anything wrong. I never even heard of him. But I think a lot of it is, the Lakers, they're that catches your eye.
It does. Few games in the NBA going head-to-head with the NFL. The Warriors have won 3 in a row on the road after sweeping back-to-back in San Antonio. They lit up the Pelicans, who are 2-11 and going nowhere.
Yeah, they were talking about this on NBA radio this morning, that Draymond got a fan kicked out because the fan called him Angel Reese. Is that really crossing the line?
If that's the only thing that was said, I would be surprised that would trigger an ejection.
But yet it did.
And there it is. DJ and PK.
Hashtag college basketball.
Well, I thought we were playing too fast. Their pressure bothered us, which surprised me a little bit because I think we're a hard team to pressure with Rob and AJ. But we were careless with the ball. And then, at halftime, we just talked about trying to play more of our style, which is get to the paint and be able to come on, play off 2 feet and play a little bit more controlled. But obviously, we made some threes as well in the second half to kind of open some space and open some driving lanes. But I think AJ showed how special he can be when he's able to just get to his spot and like he said, let the game come to him and then just play under control. He can do some good things.
There's Coach Kevin Young after BYU loses to UConn 86-84. Dug a big hole, came back, got within 2, had a turnover there in the final seconds that sunk them. But maybe they were really sunk by the fact that UConn shot 57%.
Yeah, it can't happen. That can't happen.
Not if you're planning on winning, right?
But, overall, it was a great experience for this team. I got nothing bad to say about them.
Go to Boston, get tested, 2-point game. I mean, is it neutral court? Yes, officially. But, come on, you went to Boston and UConn went up the road, so.
Yeah, you flew 5 hours and the other ones drove an hour.
I can't imagine that this is going to hurt them a lot. Obviously, a win could have helped them a lot.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. They're going to be in the tournament.
They've got lessons to learn from all of this stuff, lessons they weren't learning
Keita went
last
down,
year.
looked like he took a shot to the head, and Davis is suspended, so they're down 2 starters on that game. It was a great experience. That's all that matters, and they come back. They got Wisconsin on Friday afternoon, too. Weird start at like 2 o'clock.
Jazz game that night, too.
So that should be another good opportunity. You got a bunch of dogs you play, and so you got a few games that are highlight games in the non-con before you get into the tough schedule that is the Big 12s. It was just a great experience. That's all that matters. They'll be fine.
Utah State blows out UTEP 75-51. Utah beats Sam Houston 85-79. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NFL.
So here they go. Warner in the backfield. Algier in the barrel with Penix.
Yeah, you're going to get a taste of the bowling ball right here.
Here's Penix. Hands to Algier. Right side. Touchdown, Atlanta.
3 receivers to the left. Cook to the right of Allen in the shotgun here on 2nd and 4. Allen back to pass. Now going to tuck it and run as he's looking for the end zone. And the surge pushes him in for his 6th touchdown of the season or the game.
Under center is Trevor. They fake the toss. They throw it to the back of the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. A play fake. Tim Patrick in the back of the end zone. A 1-yard touchdown pass. They've extended the lead. How good is that?
Matthew Stafford has a snap. Fakes, boots, throws to the right flat. Caught by Parkinson at the 5. Makes a Seahawk miss against his former team. Colby Parkinson puts it in the paint. Touchdown, Matthew Stafford. Touchdown, Colby Parkinson. Touchdown, LA.
Flacco gets his snap, back to pass. Steelers bringing 5. Flacco over the middle of the field. It's picked off. It's Duggar. Duggar to the 40-yard line. Racing across the 50 to the 40. Looking for a block from Herbig. Gets it streaking down the left sideline. Makes Chase miss and waltzes into the end zone.
Snap placement. Kick on the way. And it is good. They don't block this one like last year in Kansas City. And on the final play of the game, the Denver Broncos have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs by a final score of 22-19.
9 straight division titles for the Chiefs, but after that loss in Denver, they are now 3 games down in the loss column with 6 to go. It looks like there'll be a new champ in the AFC West. The Chiefs are scrambling to get a wild card, currently on the outside looking in, but they've got 7 games left to fix that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say champ. I mean, to me, you finish first place in your division. You don't get a trophy for that. But they may not even make the postseason. The reign looks like it's certainly declining, if not over. And I would imagine maybe Andy Reid would take a look at how long he wants to keep doing it if it comes to that. And then
it would really be over if he did
freaking
that.
T-Swift's out. Ain't going to be hanging around with a loser.
Not here for your 5-5.
I want the attention. I ain't getting attention if you ain't winning.
So many field goals for Seattle, but the Rams win the showdown between NFC West co-leaders. Rams 21-19 as Seattle settles for 4 field goals, 1 long one, 3 short ones there, but the Rams find a way to get it done again, and they're 8-2, tied for the best record in the NFC. With the Eagles, who won another touchdown challenged game. 6 field goals for the Lions and Eagles, 1 TD. Philly gets the TD, they win the game. Actually, the Lions did have a TD, didn't they, in the second quarter? I take that back. You're surprised to see the Jaguars running all over the Chargers, 35-6.
Yeah.
192 yards rushing and 4 TDs.
Yeah.
Steelers win, but Aaron Rodgers' left arm. What happened? Multiple guys falling on him. He got up and left the field, left the game. They got it done against the Bengals, 34-12. They're 6-4. Game in front of the Ravens, who've now won 4 in a row as their schedule is lightened up, and they've got more winnable games. I'd expect the Ravens to keep rolling here.
Me too.
They beat the Browns 23-16.
Way to go.
Monday Night Football. Raiders, Cowboys. A couple of teams with losing records going nowhere right there. DJ and PK.
Hashtag Utah.
1 for 4 on 3rd down. Picked off, going the other way, and Elijah Davis will not come back. 65 yards. We tried to tell you, these corners are ruthless. And Parker, no one was there. He's gonna go untouched. Too easy for Wayshawn Parker. 64 yards. Ficklin in at quarterback. Ficklin with the fake. He will run it. Picks up a block on the right side. Ficklin, the hezzy. Oh, shoves the defender out of the way. Ficklin still motoring. Come on now. The kid's a star.
Highlights as the University of Utah blows out Baylor 55-28. Stop me if you've heard this song before, PK. The Utes ran, and ran some more. 380 yards, a massive number. And Ficklin with 2 huge touchdown runs. 55-28, another blowout win for the Utes.
The flick is the pick. Man, he's goodness. Touchdown per capita, per carry is off the charts. Yeah, the Utes are 3rd in the NCAA in yards on the ground, only behind the 2 service academies who run the option. So no one's going to pass them. And the Utes certainly aren't going to pass anybody because they don't pass.
Finally made a completion to a wide receiver with about 6 minutes left in the game. Didn't matter. Ran it some more.
Yeah.
Now they come home, senior day. What are they going to have to do, PK?
Send the seniors out on the right note?
See?
Oh,
Utah and Kansas State.
They're going 10-2.
Saturday at 2. Don't see any way around it. 10-2.
Yeah.
Seems like a foregone conclusion.
Things break their way, then they'll be in the championship game there. We'll see how it plays out. But even if they don't, they've had a phenomenal season.
Utah State, it was right there. We'll talk with Bronco Mendenhall coming up at 8:30. But handful of key plays they couldn't make, mostly on special teams, and they get beat. And so, yeah, sorry.
Utah State doesn't get their own.
Yeah, I know. Hit the sounder, Yak. Sorry, I just went right into the next game.
Hashtag Utah State.
Crowd chanting the Rebel chant. 2 receivers to the far, 1 to the near. Here we go, 3rd down. UNLV shows blitz. Can the Aggies block it up? Barnes. Quarterback draw, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20, 10, 5. Bryson Barnes, the pig farmer, takes it in for the score. And Utah State leads as they caught UNLV in the blitz. Here comes the official, and here comes the game.
The ruling on the field is upheld. Touchdown, UNLV.
And Utah State loses to UNLV. Final in double overtime, 29-26.
Missing field goals, missing an extra point. Didn't go for 2 after a penalty would have given a short 2-point conversion attempt. A lot of plays out there, PK, when a game goes that long. There were chances. Couldn't get a stop at the end of the game.
Well, they did get a stop in the first OT, and I thought they settled this try for a field goal. How about you try to move the ball down a little bit? Took the ball out of Piggy's hands.
Bryson Barnes had run the ball 3 times. Obviously had the touchdown run, but he had a couple other good runs before the touchdown run. And then he didn't get a carry.
Just said. Took it out of Piggy's hands.
In the, I don't think we want to call him Piggy.
Why not?
In the 6 snaps in the 2 overtimes.
Because you're buttoned down. People be fine. Yeah, Piggy.
He got 1 carry in the last one. He scrambled.
Yeah.
But the QB draw that UNLV couldn't stop, the QB run, they just went away.
I thought the play calling sucked in the first overtime.
Yeah, and in the second one. First and second down in the second overtime, too.
Didn't understand it.
Now they get their last road game at Fresno State, 8:30 on the CBS Sports Network Saturday night. DJ and PK.
Hashtag BYU.
He drops back in coverage, and Bachmeier, the hole opens, and he sprints through it into the end zone for a touchdown. 17 yards on 3rd and long. Bachmeier across the middle to the tight end. More broken tackles. There goes Carson Ryan. Dives for the pylon. Touchdown. 43 yards. Slant. McAllister tip ball. Interception BYU. And going back the other way. The cut inside. Now back to the outside. The shove. Pylon. Touchdown.
BYU taking control of that game early and cruising to the win. Bounce back. Nothing to worry about there, PK. Nothing to worry about.
Bachmeier's your first team all Big 12 quarterback.
It's going to beat out all the other established names. They're going to reward the winning.
Who would be ahead of him? Nobody.
No. I mean, Morton, no.
Morton missed almost 3 games.
Yep.
Dampier, first team all running back. Yeah. Amazing performance by the young freshman. Not the old freshman, the young freshman. And they win Cincinnati, they're going to Dallas. They lose to Cincinnati, it's up in the air. Because I don't think they're going to lose to UCF. So with that in mind, you beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati's out of it. Yeah, you don't literally clinch it, but you effectively do.
Feels like the last challenge. And that really wasn't much of a challenge with TCU. 10-0 there in the first quarter. Came out with, 5-6 straight scoring drives to open the game?
Yeah, they were dominant.
Yeah. 7 straight, yes. All right, DJ and PK, it's 97.5 The Zone.
Hashtag college football.
Texas A&M down 30-3. How did they do that? What a halftime speech. What adjustments. 4 straight touchdowns. They come back and they win 31-30. remain undefeated. Alabama didn't do the locals a favorite. Beat Oklahoma, Alabama. Come on. But no, Oklahoma goes to Alabama and wins 23-21.
Well, I think Oklahoma should be in.
Looks like they will be. That was a massive win for them.
I mean, you had Kalen DeBoer, all that. You guys got 6 losses in less than 2 years, and he's all that. I didn't see it.
Georgia blows out Texas 35-10, so the locals will probably climb one spot, but that doesn't get them where they need to be yet. Need some more help. And Notre Dame taking care of business. They dominated. They got an early lead on Pitt and rolled 37-15. So I think Notre Dame's pretty much punched their ticket to the playoff as well. It's something astounding here in the last 2 weeks. Arizona beats Cincinnati, PK. Does that make you more confident in BYU going in there, or every week's its own thing?
I think every week's its own thing in this conference. This conference is incredibly fun. Arizona's a hot ball club. You got Houston and Arizona, most overachieving. Although I think the Devils, they've overachieved given all their injuries. But nevertheless, they were picked to be higher, so Dillingham won't get any run there. But Cincinnati now 2 in a row. They're going to be hungry like the Wolves. DJ
and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Mariners are holding on to Josh Naylor to a 5-year contract, re-signing the first baseman. Dodgers utility man Kike Hernandez left elbow surgery. Free agent in the offseason. He might miss part of spring training. It's your hot stove news.
You know Kobe Bryant, every 4th of July, their family tradition was to watch Sandlot?
I did not.
Now you know.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag golf.
Adam Schenk wins the Bermuda Championship, 12 under. Zach Blair tied for 9th at 8 under. He was 4 back. Patrick Fishburne 1 under, tied for 34 in the money.
So the guy's last name is Shank?
Schenk with an E, not an A. Close, though. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NHL.
Utah Mammoth lose to the Islanders in overtime. They'd been so good in overtime, but eventually I guess it's bound to go against you, PK.
Yeah.
Pick up 1 point in that, lose 3-2. Utah's in Anaheim tonight to take on the Ducks. Puck drops at 8 o'clock. Coverage starts at 7. There are your headlines. What is Trending is brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. All right, coming up, Bronco Mendenhall at 8:30. What went wrong in Las Vegas? We'll talk with him. Shayan Jayaraja joins us at 9 o'clock. Talk about the Big 12 race in Cincinnati. Are they going to pull it together or not as BYU comes to town? That's coming up at 9 o'clock. The question of the day is next.
You've been listening to The Zone for decades.
Yes!
But now you can watch the guys break down your favorite teams.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Catch the video stream of DJ and PK, Jake and Ben, Hanson Scotty, and JJ and Alex right now at KSLSports.com or by searching KSL Sports on YouTube. Utah's best sports radio is on air, online, and on the KSL Sports app. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Join Hans and Scotty live tomorrow from noon to 3 at the Grill, 2264 South Main Street in Nephi. Question of the morning. BYU blows out TCU to move 1 game closer to a spot in the Big 12 championship game. Is your faith restored in the Cougars?
I believe, brother.
Frank, it was never in question to begin with. BYU's defense will take them to the Big 12 championship.
Okay. I think your offense needs to take them too.
Neil, my faith in BYU never wavered.
I guess you didn't watch the Texas Tech game. And the fact that they were in this position last year and they couldn't come up with a W, as you would say. And they got it this time in convincing fashion.
Scott is not counting the chickens because the eggs have not hatched. Got one more first. All right, so he's counting one of them. They got two more. He's not worried about UCF. He's worried about Cincinnati.
Well, I think if they beat Cincinnati, they'll beat UCF. And get themselves into Arlington.
Case, the injuries are much better. They are a great team. A-Rod still drives me nuts.
I'd fire the guy.
44 points just not enough for you.
He's not acceptable. Never has been. Yeah. I don't know. I wish he'd take one of these jobs that he took and then quit before he ever took them. He's a bum.
Yeah, bum.
It doesn't matter who's in that position. It's going to drive you nuts. You're going to have Norm Chow at his finest or whoever you look for toward as a great coordinator. It's just that position is probably the highest profile position that's got to go if you don't score every time.
Kalani said that exact thing earlier this season.
Yeah, so but that just means they have a passionate fan base. So you got to take the good with the bad, and I think that stuff rolls off. Guys who've been in this business for many years, rolls right off their backs. They know when they're doing well, and they know when they need to get better, or they're under the gun and all that stuff. They don't need to be told. And you've been coaching 20 years and all that, and so it's the nature of that biz, and especially for BYU too, with everything they do is such under the spotlight. It's good and can drive you crazy sometimes.
Justin, keep winning. Don't let your guard down. I want to see Texas Tech again. Well, I think you got a pretty good shot of that, Dustin.
Yeah, I think right now they're the odds-on favorite, but when I was a kid going to school, the Devils, I think before they got to the Rose Bowl, there's at least 3, maybe 4 times they just had to win one game.
Couldn't do it.
People bought roses to the game, and it was such a big deal. We're going back to the early 80s when I was a student, and they couldn't get it done. And this conference is sick. This conference is sick, brothers. And I call you my brothers because I feel like you are. And it's not necessarily to the point of anything can happen, but things can happen. And having Cincinnati beat BYU in a football game is not an outrageous thought. So, especially at the end there, and you're gripping the ball a little bit. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, they got work to do. And it's going to be so intriguing if they get it done. It's a huge win. That plane ride next Saturday night would just be incredible for them coming back. And then all I have to do is wrap it up at home, and then they're in, and then they got their wish. Chase Roberts basically guaranteed. He went Joe Namath on that. You can find that clip if it gets to it, leading up to that, after that Texas Tech loss. We're going to beat them. I'm paraphrasing, but I believe that's what he said. And so you get that opportunity. And Tech knows that either, certainly both, BYU, Utah, want that chance. And when we get to that point, they were thinking, here, you got your chance, and we're going to smack you down again.
That is what they're thinking.
Yeah. But we'll see on that. I don't think BYU can play any worse than they did. I suppose they could, but I don't think realistically that they can. But that's still 3 weeks away. And now they've got – this is what they've wanted, man, and they talked about it. They talked about finishing the deal. Okay. And that was an impressive win for them. There's no question about that, to just control the game start to finish. I mean, TCU, they're okay. They're not great. They're okay. I mean, if you look at what Utah's done, TCU, they didn't play them, but that would be as good a win as Utah's had.
that looked like some of the wins Utah's been putting on the board the last 3 or 4 games. Just complete control. You knew at halftime who was going to win. It's a late night game. If you want to take off because you got a long drive and you took the kids, fine. Hit it.
No, you stay to the end. You've only 6 or 7 of these go home.
Yeah.
What do you go home for?
People do.
Well, everybody goes home eventually. I look forward to my grand return to home.
You had no doubt who was going to win that game at halftime.
Yeah. Right? I mean, I can't argue that's their second best win. The best win, of course, would be Utah. Right? We got 3 teams ranked in the conference. And Arizona's a good win now, too. Arizona.
That one's got to be right up there. You're right.
Yeah. In Tucson? Yeah. They could possibly go to 8-9 wins. They got a lot of decent wins on their schedule, and they got to get one more. And then it's set up. And the way they did it, they needed, not that they necessarily needed for themselves, but I think BYU does not get the benefit of the doubt because they haven't been on the stage in a while. Utah does get the benefit of the doubt because they have been on the stage recently. And with that in mind, you just look at the score and go, and they control that game. They control that team. And they look good offensively. I mean, I can argue that was their best showing in conference offensively.
Yes. The most control they've had a game in the conference probably since East Carolina, which obviously is non-conference.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Iowa State, that was a great second half, but the start wasn't there, and they dug a hole in that one. So
right,
as much as
games, that's
end,
what they did. This was a 4-quarter performance by the offense. I really can't ask for more. And the Grizz continues to have no turnovers, control the ball. And you got to love the kid. You got to love the way he plays. It's so steady. I mean, if I picked one word, it would be steady. The way he plays, you just don't see a whole lot of wild emotional swings, and that's great. That's not, you got to be who you are, and that apparently is who he is. That he's under control, which is great in terms of when bad stuff happens. Maybe you'd want him to celebrate a little bit more and all that, but you got to be true to your personality, and I'm fine with it because there's no emotional swings out of him. Body language, I've said this 1,000 times. I'm a big body language guy. He throws a pick, which have been a few, or makes something bad. He seems unfazed in terms of that's not like just sulking or thinking, oh my gosh, I suck, blah, blah, blah. It just doesn't seem like that's who this kid is. The poise he shows out on the football field at all times, literally at all times, is absolutely amazing. I mean, he had that one pick against Texas Tech, but that was like, man, we were in desperation, and I got to try to make something. I'm falling down here. Like, so what? He's trying to make a play. The game was out of hand. It had no effect on the winning and losing whatsoever. It was a bad decision, but it was also a meaningless bad decision. It cost them nothing because it was already over. And I love the fact that he was trying to make a play because he knew I'm in dire straits here. I got to do something. Other than that, wow. I mean, the mistakes you can basically count on one hand. Now, if you talk to A-Rod and those guys, he's missed some reads, and also there's more mistakes that don't result in a turnover. But you're going to have that.
But if you got told on August 1st that he was going to be the starting quarterback for every game and that right now he would have 4 picks through 9 games, you would have taken that every time.
Yeah, I mean, on August 1st, I knew he was going to be the starting quarterback, despite what others had told you. I didn't necessarily know how he was going to play, but I knew he was going to be the starting quarterback. Yeah.
And you would have taken 4 picks. If I told you he's only going to have 4 picks on November 17th.
I heard you the first time. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, fine. And just the command, and I go back to the word poise. He really has it. I don't necessarily think that the big story is that he's improved as the season has gone on. Because I think what he's doing now is what he was capable of doing all along. I just think that it's more noticeable now because the stakes are higher in November if you're good. The stakes for every team everywhere in college football, if you're good, are higher in November. That's the reality. And the I don't necessarily think the play has improved, but the thing that, and it has improved, but that's not the bigger story to me. The bigger story is that he's stepped up to the challenge as the implications of the games have gotten bigger, if that makes sense, as opposed to, wow, he's really a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, both those things happen at the same time. You get to the bigger stages, you have more experience. But I get your point, and I mean, it goes back to what you said about, you're growing up a sports fan and you see teams you think are good enough and they get right to the finish line and they can't get across it.
Yeah.
And so here they are right at the finish line. Can they get across it? Well, they're not there yet, but given what the task was Saturday, I mean, they passed it with flying colors. And Cincinnati I think we watched the way Utah handled Cincinnati and came away with a ton of doubt about Cincinnati, not as a good team, because they're a good team, but Cincinnati at the highest level.
No, they don't appear to be. I watched virtually that entire Arizona game.
Right. They're not at the highest level.
For this very reason, knowing that BYU's playing them next week. And they couldn't get it done. And credit Arizona. Arizona got it done.
DJ PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. The Cougars, not the only one with an impressive win over the weekend. We will get to that next. Stay with us.
Whirls around and down. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone is your exclusive home of the Utah Jazz. And we want to send you to the Delta Center to see the Jazz in action. Listen every Tuesday for the Jazz Ticket Tuesday Sounder at 30 past the hour, every hour, all day long. And if you're caller number 12, you'll be on your way to an upcoming game.
Buy one, you'll get one free.
It's Jazz Ticket Tuesday, every Tuesday throughout the NBA season on your radio home for the Utah Jazz. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The band of the day today is The Used, brought to you by Live Nation. For all the live concerts and events in 2025, check out livenation.com.
Story of my life.
Used. You want to elaborate? You just leave it there.
As another chapter
okay.
comes to an end. Will there be another one? Remains to be seen.
There's always another chapter.
You never know.
Utah. You just heard Kyle Whittingham right there. A dominant performance. It's a classic. You know what's coming, and you can't stop it. There's zero surprise what was coming in that game, and Baylor had no chance of stopping it.
I love that guy. You throw for over 400 yards, statistically you're going to lose. Yeah, he would drop dead if a team ever, for Utah, ever threw for 400 yards. Has that ever happened one time?
I don't know what the career high is in the Kyle Whittingham era, but I got to tell you, if there were a 400-yard game, it would come to mind, and it's not coming to mind.
I mean, Rising had 2, and they were both against SC.
Did he get to 400?
No, 300.
Yeah, okay.
No, not 400. I should explain that. You're right. 2 300-yard plus games. No, he just cracks me up, man. It's never going to happen under him. So don't even think about it, Ute fans. Over my dead body. And on Friday this week, he turned 66 years old.
You will throw this football when you pry it out of my cold, dead hand? Is that what you're getting at?
We're handing it off. And then we're going to hand it off, and we'll hand it off after that.
When you can run it the way they're running it, keep handing it off.
But I always thought that he would say a team that's one-dimensional is easy to defend.
Yes.
So there's a little contradiction there.
There is. And
Baylor's
I think
quit. They want out.
The contradiction only shows when they're playing top 10, top 15 teams in the country. If you're elite, then the fact they're one-dimensional, right? Texas Tech and BYU, look where they're ranked and look where their rushing defense is.
They want to play Texas Tech again.
I know they do. Yeah. And I think that's where that contradiction comes into play, being one-dimensional.
The thing that I would say, if they got a shot, and it'd be great if they did, as long as BYU or Utah is in. I'd like to have them both in, but that's not going to happen. That one or the other, I'll take it. and I don't care which one, is that the offense didn't have Bray as a weapon at that game, didn't have the Flickster, and
They've clearly added another element.
I've said a million times over, it matters when you play teams. That's not to say they're going to beat Tech. I'm not saying that. But what it does mean is they know more about their offense. And I suppose Tech can say the same thing. I get it. But we're talking about the Utes now. So that's what gives me a level of hope that they would have an opportunity to win that game, is they've got other weapons that they didn't utilize because they were freshmen and it was the fourth game of the season. And we were still in September. And they played them. Who's to say that it would be different? Who's to say that it wouldn't be different? If they get that shot, the answer will speak for itself. But they will have more weapons to use if they get that shot to play Tech again. Or if they get in the playoff, man. I mean, they're going to go 10-2, and they're going to beat the snot out of these last two teams, and their metrics are just going to continue to improve, not decline.
The question is what's going to happen across the country.
Yeah.
And it does seem now the odds are much better that they could get help across the country than they're going to get help in the Big 12. I don't know that the odds are in favor for either one of them.
Win.
Yes, you're right.
Not the end of the world.
No. But one team looks like it's trending poorly, and one team looks like it's trending well.
But
it's still any given Saturday.
You're going on 1 week.
I'm going on 2 weeks.
No, you're not, because you can't go on 2 weeks because BYU got their butts kicked against Texas Tech, so you can't go on 2 weeks.
I was going on Cincinnati's back-to-back losses.
Right.
They're 2 weeks.
But
You're right.
You
I
said
can't go on
one
BYU's 2
team
weeks.
is training well and the other isn't. I got you to corner, admit defeat, and we'll get on to the next segment. You can't win them all.
Defeat! Can't win them all! On to the next segment. I did imply that only in my brain.
Okay, well, I can accept that because I've done that a million times. I just did it before when I said rising. I had in my mind 300, but I didn't
about
say
Cincinnati losing to back-to-back games.
You're right. They are on a decline. There's obviously no debate about that. And you wonder, what's their level? Now, they're still not out of it.
Well, I do wonder if Cincinnati,
but
because
they're a long shot.
Right. If Cincinnati, the storyline, if they pull this off, which I don't think they will. Have you seen the spread? I just looked at it. It's
pregame spread?
No, the point spread.
Point spread, I would
if
go.
If they put the pregame spread out this early, it's gonna be a little rank by Saturday. Hey, Yark, the roast beef's been out for 5 days. You okay with that?
I would go in the 8 or 9 range.
I know, me too. But it's BYU by 1.5.
Oh, okay.
I thought BYU, a touchdown to a touchdown and a half. Yeah, they are on the road, and I get you had 3 points for that, but still.
And you're traveling 2 time zones. You make a big deal about that.
That is, and it has been a factor.
Cincinnati's Eastern time zone, are they not?
They are.
Yeah, so that's.
I do like that it's a 6 o'clock game, not the 10 a.m. game. I think that time zone stuff is felt most then. It's still felt.
It's 8 o'clock for them.
Yeah.
It's not 6.
It's 6. It's 6 o'clock here.
Right, but for BYU's going to have to sit around. It's another night game.
Yeah, they've been great in night games.
Mostly at home.
True story.
Although they won Arizona and Colorado. I wouldn't call them great, but who cares? It was good enough.
The record is great, even if within the games it got a little dicey.
Very true.
All right, DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.